we are going to discuss about minimum spanning tree. So what is minimum spanning tree? A minimum spanning tree or minimum weight spanning tree is a subset of the edges of a connected edge weighted undirected graph that connects all the vertices together without any cycle and with the minimum possible total edge weight. That is, it is a spanning tree whose sum of edge weights is as small as possible. More generally, any edge weighted undirected graph has a minimum spanning forest, which is a union of minimum spanning trees or its connected component. So the main thing is that in minimum spanning tree or minimum weight spanning tree it is a subset of edges of a connected edge weighted undirected graph. Okay, so if you see this graph, this planar graph is a graph, normal graph, and you see these graphs, in graph you can have source and destination vertex. Let's say this is the source vertex and this is the destination vertex, whatever, or any vertex can be source vertex, any vertex can be destination vertex. Okay, not necessarily S and D. Vertex. Now all edges are having weights. You can see that all edges are having weights, but in this graph we have many weights, but in the minimum spanning tree the minimum weights will be coming. Okay, minimum weights. So when you finish the minimum spanning tree, you should visit all the vertices. So when you will be having the minimum spanning tree, you should visit all the vertices. Vertices should not be missed out, but edges can be skipped. So you have to skip edges such that you will get the minimum weight. Okay, so this is what minimum spanning tree is. Now this is a tree, it doesn't have any cycle. Okay, so in this planar graph, the minimum spanning tree, each edge is labeled with its weight, which here is roughly proportional to its length. Okay, roughly proportional to its length. Now what are the application? There are many use cases for minimum spanning trees. One example is telecommunication company trying to lay cable in a new neighborhood. That may be one application. Always they will be try to find the minimum distance, okay, minimum path. If it is constrained to bury the cable only along certain paths, as per example roads, then there would be a graph containing the points connected to those paths. So it's a very legitimate problem. Let's say they are going to fix the cables under the ground or whatever. So in that case they have to find the minimum spanning tree provided the distance. So in that case distance may be 7 kilometers, no, 8 kilometers, like that. So in that case kilometer may be okay. Some of the paths might be more expensive because they are longer and or require the cable to be buried deeper. These paths could be represented by edges with larger weight. So this is quite a common problem. Currency is an acceptable unit for edge weight. Now they can decide which the distance between one node to another, that means one place to another place 1 to place 2, the distance could be decided. This is weight W. Okay, this weight could be like cost, ultimately how much cost it requires to fix the cable under the underground, okay, or maybe in the top. So what is the cost? That cost may be the parameter by which they can decide. So this is a very good interesting application of what you call it, minimum spanning tree. So and then in terms of cost, currency also they can find. Okay, so first they will see the distance, and then through distance how deeper the cable is. Those all things will come together and they will decide upon the cost. Now once the cost is fixed, that which are the criteria responsible for this cost, then they can have this graph, they can have this, they can implement this algorithm, and they can actually find how to proceed. Like let us say they want to proceed to place 1 to place n. So using minimum spanning tree algorithm they can do it. Okay, a spanning tree for that graph would be a subset of those paths that has no cycle but still connects every houses. Now here one thing is that in that case they cannot make a cycle. Okay, they cannot make a cycle. This is not acceptable. They cannot make a cycle. A minimum spanning tree would be one with the lowest cost data. Already I told you. Your ultimate intention is to find the lowest cost. So traveling from here to here, let's say S to destination, you should have this destination should be the lowest. Now this lowest cost, path cost, considering all the edges will be is having some path. Okay. So this is also, this has to be lowest. Let's say here another vertices are there, like that many vertices are connected to each other. 1, 2, 3. All edges are having some cost. So from source to destination it has to go, but ultimately it has to find the minimum lowest cost. Okay? This is the ultimate objective of this algorithm. So represent the least expensive path for laying the cable. Now you have to find the path here, not cycle. Remember that. Now what is the difference between path and cycle? Let's say you are going from here to this. Okay, so A, B, C, D, E. So which are the path? Path may be A, B, C. This is one path. A, B, C, D. This is another path. A, E may be one path. Okay. Then let's say no, AD also is a path. AB is also is a path. So these are all paths. So path will not be having any cycle. Remember that. The difference between path and cycle is that path won't be having a cycle. So this is not a path, not a path. Remember, this is a vital information. It's an important thing you should know. This is cycle. A, B, C. This is not we are looking for. We are looking for path. So we are looking for A, B, C. A, B. So if you delete this one, it will become a path. So this cycle to path. Okay. So here this total cost and everything will be calculated for path. Okay. Now what are the properties of minimum spanning tree? Properties is that possible multiplicity. If there are n vertices in the graph, then each spanning tree has n minus 1 edges. Okay. This is true. If there are n vertices, let's say this is the number of vertices I have. So how many number of vertices? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's say. Okay. So then each spanning tree has n minus 1 edges, which is true, because one of the spanning tree maybe let's say I'm just naming it A, B, C, D, E. One of the spanning tree may be A, B, C, D, E. Okay, this is spanning tree. So obviously you can see that how many edges are connected? 1, 2, 3, 4. But number of vertices is 5. So n is the number of vertices, number of edges is n minus 1. Okay. There may be several minimum spanning trees. This is also interesting information. There may be several minimum spanning tree of the same weight. In particular, if the edge weights of a graph are the same, then every spanning tree of that graph is minimum. Now the thing is that if I give you a graph which has all edges, all weights are same. Let's say this is like let's say 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 and 2, and then A, B, C, D, E, F. All edges are having same weight. So in that case it says that then every spanning tree of the graph is minimum. So whatever spanning tree you take, all spanning trees will be minimum, but there can be number of several minimum spanning trees. So you don't think that somebody may get, let's say, spanning tree total weight, let's say 20 with some vertices. Some other fellow may also get 20 with some different set of vertices. So there may be several spanning tree possible. Okay. Okay. There is another property of the spanning tree, which is uniqueness. What kind of uniqueness it is? If each edge has a distinct weight. Now this is another interesting thing. Earlier I show you that all vertices are having, all edges are having same weight. Let's say each edge are having unique weight. Let's say 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and let's say this is 8. Okay, let's say this is this one, this is 9. So here this is, so this is destination list, so whatever. So in this case you will get a unique minimum spanning tree. Unique minimum spanning tree. Okay, this is also interesting information. What further? What is the criteria? Criteria is that if age has distinct weight, then there will be only one unique minimum spanning tree. In this case, you will get only one minimum spanning tree. When the edges of the graph are all different, then you will get unique minimum spanning tree. Let's say unique minimum spanning tree total weight is 20. So nobody will be finding another spanning tree with the combination of the vertices which gives 20 as a minimum spanning tree weight, provided that you have a distinct weight for all the vertices, all the weights, all the edges. This is true in many realistic situations such as telecommunications company example above, which is just discussed, where it is unlikely that any two paths have exactly the same cost. So in case of telecommunication company, when they are going to fix the wires inside the telecom wires inside the soil, that time it is unlikely that you will get all the costs similar. That definitely all the costing will be different for different distance, different path, different roads, different roads. Definitely their cost will be different. So in that case, this uniqueness is definitely, it will arise. This uniqueness will arise. Okay, in case of telecommunication company, when they are going to fix the wires. Now this figure shows there may be more than one minimum spanning tree in a graph. In the figure, the two trees below the graph are two possibilities of minimum spanning tree of the given graph. Now this is the graph given. Here you can see that 1, 3, 4, these all things are there, and you see here in this case you got one minimum spanning tree here, you got another minimum spanning tree here. Okay, so this is, I think in this case, what is the total cost? Total cost is 1 plus 4 plus 2, 1 plus 4 plus 2 plus 4 plus 5. I don't know how much it is. 4 again 5, 7, 11, 16. In this case, how much? 4, 5, 6, 7. Same thing, right? 7 plus 4, 11 plus 5, 16. Here also 16. Here also 16. So it's quite obvious that you might encounter a problem where the graph that is given, you can have more than one minimum spanning tree. In this case, this is both are 16, total cost are 16, but they're different trees. Okay, so this is also a possibility, no problem. So minimum cost subgraph, if the weights are positive, then minimum spanning tree is in fact a minimum cost subgraph. So if all the units, all the weights are positive, there is no negative weight, then it is a fact that minimum cost subgraph connecting all the vertices, since subgraph containing cycle necessarily have more total weight. Anyway, so this is the case if you have the minimum cost subgraph. Okay, minimum spanning tree, if the weights are positive and different, then the subgraph will be connecting all the vertices, and that will be the minimum. Cycle property, for any cycle C in the graph, if the weights, cycle property, you know, right? What is cycle in a graph? So this is a graph which is having a cycle. Okay, as I just now told you, A, B, C. So whatever may be the weight, let's say this is the weight. So cycle is very, it is a critical thing in graph theory. Cycle. Many times this concept comes up, and people used to sometimes, and because once you get a cycle, see students, once you get a cycle, you can implement it. The minimum cycle you can have with 3 edges, right? So this is a triangle. Once this cycle comes in any property, then people and the scientists try to exploit the property of the cycle, and they can come up with different things. Like if you remember the traveling salesperson's problem, I think I discussed many times in the class. I told you the case in traveling salesperson, TSP problem. That salespersons will visit all the vertices exactly once. Okay, you have to find those paths, cities, the order in which the salesperson should visit, so that all the vertices he can visit exactly once, except from the starting vertex. Okay, so we are discussing about cycle property. So in the cycle property, what I was trying to say, once you bring the cycle concept, this is a cycle, and you can make a cycle, a graph which is a cycle. You need to introduce at least 3 vertices. So these 3, right, they become a cycle, right, ABC. So 3 vertices, 3 edges has to participate. Now and then triangle comes. Alongside triangle, you have this triangle inequality problem. Triangle inequality property. What is that? Is the addition of summation of 2 edges is greater than this. You know that, right? 10 plus 2 mathematics. Summation of 2 edges is greater than the third edge. So this property, if you bring, problems becomes much more easy to solve. Okay. So for any cycle C in the graph, if the weight of an edge E of C is larger than the individual weights of other edges of C, then this edge cannot belong to MST. So this is again another thing, like for any cycle in the graph, if the weight of an edge, let's say weight of an edge E, let's say this is the weight I'm talking about, E, this one, is larger than individual weights of all other edges. So let's say I have let's say I have 1 2 3 4, let's say this is 20, and this was 1 2 3 weights. I'm talking about weights, let's say A, B, C, D. In that case, this weight E is greater than all these 3 together, put together. So this edge cannot come in the MST. This is by default a generic rule. Okay. Minimum cost edge. If minimum cost edge of E, this is also another unique property, or in case of minimum spanning tree. What is this? If the minimum cost E of a graph is unique, then its edge is included in MST. Minimum cost edge E of a graph is unique. That's what I said. If E is unique, then it will be included minimum. Okay, the minimum cost edge. If E was not included in the MST, removing any of the edge in the cycle formed after adding E to the MST would yield a spanning tree of smaller weight. Anyway, another property is the contraction property, which is not that much discussed. That is, if T is a tree, capital T is a tree of MST edges, then we can contract T into a single vertex while maintaining the invariant that the MST of the contracted graph plus T gives the MST of the graph before the contraction. Now it is something like this. You have these 3 edges, okay, and then you A, B, C, I think, and then some weights will be there, and then you contract all together and put a single this thing. That is the contraction. Okay, a tree MST edges, then we can contract T into a single vertex. So these 3 vertices can be converted into a single vertex. Let's name it X. So this is also a possibility, but these are not there in our things, in our syllabus. Now next is the Kruskal algorithm that I told you that I am going to discuss. First, minimum spanning tree algorithm is Kruskal algorithm that you are going to discuss. Okay, Kruskal.